At Solynic, secrets don't stay buried for long. Nicole Evans is beginning to question the science she's sworn to protect. And the monster in the cage? He might not be the one she should fear most.
Episode 2. Lot number 47. The secure transport van rumbled through the rain-slicked streets of Valentis, its tires hissing over wet asphalt. Inside the vehicle, dim red lights cast shadows across the narrow chamber. Nicole sat strapped into her seat, fingers drumming restlessly against her thigh. Across from her, lot number 47 sat cuffed and hooded, motionless as a statue. No words had passed between them since they left the auction house. The silence was suffocating. Every bump in the road seemed to jolt her pulse higher. She tried to steady her breathing. It's just a job. You're doing your job. But the memory of lot number 47's eyes meeting hers kept replaying in her mind like a loop she couldn't switch off. When they finally reached the rear gates of Solynic, guards escorted her and lot number 47 through a hidden loading dock. Bright white floodlights lit up the concrete bays, making every drop of rain glitter like glass shards. A pair of techs in sterile suits approached, scanning lot number 47's bindings and checking his pulse through thin rubber gloves. She couldn't help noticing how gentle lot number 47's posture seemed. Despite the heavy restraints and the hood shrouding his face, there was no aggression in the way he moved. Dr. Leong appeared beside Nicole, clipboard in hand. "You have the acquisition report?" she asked crisply. Nicole nodded, handing over the data pad. Dr. Leong glanced over it, lips tightening. "Director Chen wants him processed in a few days. We'll start with sedation, evaluation, then preparation." Nicole hesitated. "He hasn't resisted. Maybe we—" "Protocol, Evans," Dr. Leong snapped. "We're not running a charity." They guided lot number 47 down a corridor of gleaming glass walls and blinking biometric locks. Nicole's footsteps echoed in time with the click of his shackles. Through one transparent panel, she caught a glimpse of an empty chamber where the previous one had lived. The bed was stripped. The restraints were coiled neatly, waiting for a new occupant. Once they had lot number 47 inside the prep room, the hood came off. Lot number 47 blinked once as the overhead fluorescence flared to life. His steel-gray eyes adjusted quickly, sweeping over the sterile space before settling on Nicole. He looked exactly as he had on the auction stage. Calm, composed, almost regal. But up close she noticed the faint shadows under his eyes, the slight hollowness of his cheeks. He didn't look like a monster. The techs positioned him near the medical chair, securing thick leather straps around his wrists, ankles, and chest. He submitted to the process without protest. Director Chen's voice crackled from the overhead intercom, sharp as broken glass. "Evans, no conversation, no unnecessary interaction. Begin sedation." Nicole picked up a syringe filled with a faintly luminous solution. Her hands felt clumsy. Lot number 47 studied her with quiet intensity. "You're afraid of me," he said softly. Her breath caught. "Don't talk." He tilted his head slightly. "Do you believe them? That I'm a monster?" She clenched her jaw. "I said, don't talk." "Because monsters don't bleed," he continued as though musing to himself. "And monsters don't feel fear either." She forced the needle toward his arm, and lot number 47 shifted his gaze downward. "You're trembling." She froze, fingers brushing his skin. It was cooler than human warmth, but surprisingly soft. He raised his eyes again, expression unreadable. "You don't want to do this." "Quiet!" Her voice cracked. The intercom crackled. Chen's voice snapped like a whip. "Evans!" "Proceed immediately." She squeezed the plunger. The sedative coursed into his veins. Lot number 47 inhaled sharply. His eyes fluttered closed, though he continued to speak, voice slurring faintly. "Pretending not to care is easier then hoping for mercy. His head lolled forward as the drug took hold. Hours later, Nicole finished her shift and returned alone to the corridor outside the cell. Lot number 47 was awake now, sitting upright on the bed. The restraints were still engaged, but his posture remained relaxed, as if he were simply waiting for a dinner reservation. When she paused outside the glass, his eyes flicked toward her. "You came back." She swallowed. "I'm just checking your vitals." He tilted his head. "Is that what you tell yourself?" She stared at the readouts. "It's my job." "And does your job include staring at me through glass?" She stiffened. "Stop talking." A faint smile touched his lips. "I'll be here tomorrow. So will you." She opened her mouth, then closed it. Lot number 47 leaned back against the wall, eyes half-lidded. "Good night, Nicole." She didn't remember telling him her first name.
The files don't lie, but the people behind them do. And as Nicole steps closer to the truth, she might find herself trapped in something far darker than protocol.